counting down all the power conference teams from least likely to most likely to be able to compete for a national title this season based upon my program power rankings model. You can learn more about that in the prior video that I did on number 67 Purdue. You can also check out sonsofsaturday.com, where I'll have a couple articles up about the entire model, all the fun nerdy little details about it. But coming in at number 66 out of 67 and number 95 overall in the country is the Stanford Cardinal. I think this is a pretty easy one right up here with the Regime Plus, which is ranking how well the program is being ran and how much continuity there is year over year with the coaching staff and, maybe most importantly, the starting quarterback. Stanford gets a 0. They're starting completely fresh. New GM, Andrew Luck, which is a crazy thing to say about college football. He has a lot of work ahead of him. I think they will get it right, but this year is very much a throwaway year for the Cardinal. Getting into some more of the data-heavy analytics, returning production, I have Stanford at number 54. This is a really tough one for this team because they lost a lot of guys late, but I do think Stanford has a few pretty talented guys, especially on offense, that will probably grow into their role as the season goes along. In terms of high school recruiting, Stanford actually does a really good job. Obviously, the location and academics really helps them, as well as being a globally known university. So I have them number 38 for high school recruiting. And then for transfer portal, obviously they lost a lot of guys with the coaching change and a lot of the turmoil. They come in at number 83 in adjusted transfer portal. Now, this was not a very good Stanford team last year. In 2024 adjusted EPA per play, I have them at number 107 in the country. And considering the schedule they played, that's not very good. Again, that adjusts for opponent and location as well. So number 107 is pretty abysmal. I think this team has a long way to go until they're competitive week over week on the field. And the betting markets seem to see that as well. I have them at number 95 in the betting markets metric. I do not think this is a team that's really going to be capable of reaching even that 7-8 win range. So getting to an ACC title game is just, quite frankly, out of the question. In terms of their strength of schedule, Stanford can have either a really easy schedule or a really tough schedule. Just depends on how they do out of conference. I have them at number 89 in the country, with number 1 being the easiest schedule in the country. So definitely not the hardest of the power conferences. It's the 10th hardest in the ACC, so pretty mediocre for a league that normally has easier schedules. I do think there are some navigable games, but there are also some pretty tough ones. And considering the amount of turnover that they're going to have early in the season, I expect Stanford to continue to struggle this year.